Hello grade 5 students, how are you doing? This is the last video solution for this semester. We'll be solving science worksheet number 7, talking about animals from diet. We have different kinds of organisms. Producers are green plants that produce their own food out of different ingredients that they collect from the environment, such as carbon dioxide, sunlight, energy, and water, and they produce a kind of sugar called glucose. Decomposers are nature cleaners. They are tiny organisms that decompose and break down dead bodies into minerals. Herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores are consumers. Since they consume, they eat, they consume. Herbivores feed on plants only. Carnivores feed on animals, on meat only. Omnivorous animals feed on plants and animals. An animal can be classified as herbivore, omnivore, carnivore, according to the food that it feeds on. Question number 1. When walking in the garden, the students have noticed that the caterpillar eats leaves. The snake eats sap. The grass snake eats small rodents. And man eats everything. The tit, which is this bird, eats seeds and insects. The aphid feeds on plant sap. Ladybugs eat the aphids, and the starling, which is this bird, eats fruit like cherry. Let's classify these animals according to the food they feed on. Animals that eat animals. What do we call them? We call them carnivores. Animals that eat plants are herbivorous animals. Animals that eat both animals and plants are omnivorous animals. Let's classify the animals that we have in the paragraph according to their food diet. We have the caterpillar. The caterpillar feeds on leaves, on plants. So the caterpillar is a herbivorous animal. The snail eats salad, which is plants too. So snails are herbivores too. The grass snake eats small rodents. The grass snake feeds on small animals. So the grass snake is a carnivore that feeds on animals. The tit eats seeds, plants, and insects, animals. So the tit is considered as an omnivorous animal since it feeds on both seeds, plants, and insects. The aphids feed on the plant's sap. It's a part of the plant. It's the sweet sugar, the sweet juice made by the plant. So aphids are considered as herbivorous animals. Aphids are herbivores. Ladybugs eat aphids. So ladybugs in here are carnivores. The starling eats fruit. So the starling is a herbivorous animal. Okay? The gray snake and ladybugs are carnivores. Caterpillar, snails, aphids, starlings are herbivores. Seeds are omnivorous animals. Question number 2. For a school project about animals' food diet, Hassan wrote the following sentences. All plants are producers. They use sunlight energy to make their own food. All plants are producers. They use sunlight energy to make their own food. Foxes feed on both animals and plants. So foxes are omnivorous animals. Humans are consumers. All fungi are decomposers. Let me start with this. Foxes feed on both animals and plants, so foxes are considered as omnivores. This is actually a correct sentence. Humans are consumers. Yes, this is true. We're neither decomposers nor producers. We are consumers. So these two sentences are correct. This is not correct, and this is also a wrong sentence. A and D. Do all plants go through photosynthesis? All of the plants? What do you think? Let's try to remember the mistletoe plant. Can mistletoes go through photosynthesis, or let's think of non-green plants. Non-green plants don't have chlorophyll to catch sunlight energy, so they cannot go through photosynthesis. They are not producers. Green plants are producers. They produce their own food. They use sunlight energy to make their own. Non-green plants again cannot go through photosynthesis since they don't have sunlight and they don't have chlorophyll to catch sunlight energy needed for photosynthesis. Non-green plants are not producers. What about D? All fungi are decomposers. Some fungi are parasites, like we saw, and some fungi are symbiotic elements, like we saw in the lichen case. Do you remember the lichen case? The lichen is made of an alga with mushroom. The mushroom helps the alga by providing it with water and minerals, and it gets the food it needs from this alga. So it has a symbiotic relationship with the alga. It's not a decomposer. So some fungi are decomposers and not all. Some fungi are decomposers. Or you can say most fungi are decomposers. They are parasites. They tend to steal green plants food. Question number 3. In a garden, trees combine different elements to produce their own food. Carbon dioxide with water in the presence of sunlight energy to make photosynthesis. Caterpillars feed on trees' leaves. Some birds are insectivores. They feed on caterpillars. Such animals are incapable of producing food. They find it and consume it. Determine if trees are producers or consumers. And we have to refer to the text to answer this question. What did they say in the first sentence? Trees combine different elements to produce their own food. So, trees are producers. Trees combine different elements to produce their food. are producer. I took my answer from the text. Don't forget, each time I ask you to determine, you have to justify one. So trees are producers. Why do we classify them as producers? Since they use different elements from the nature to produce their food. Give the names of the processes that happen in trees. Trees produce their food through a food-making process called photosynthesis. But trees are also living things, so they breathe. Respiration is another process that happens in trees. Indicate how photosynthesis of trees helps birds. Trees make photosynthesis to produce their own food, but by this process, birds benefit. How is that? By photosynthesis, trees release oxygen needed for living things breathing. By photosynthesis, trees release the oxygen gas needed for birds' respiration. Birds breathe oxygen and release carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is used by plants for their food-making process. And by photosynthesis, plants release oxygen. The oxygen is used by living things such as people, animals to breathe. Complete with producers, consumers, or decomposer. Q is the tree. As we said, trees are producers. P is the bird. Animals are consumers. Birds are insectivores. They eat caterpillars. Birds are consumers. R is the caterpillar that feeds on leaves. So caterpillars are also consumers that consume leaves. And that's it. We're done. Goodbye.